Hello, my name is Angie Garza.
And I'm Brenda Jimenez.
We are speech-language pathologists who work with early childhood intervention through Easter Seals. Today, we will be sharing information on speech and language development, highlighting important milestones, and focusing on useful resources to help you monitor your child's development.
As early as infancy, your child begins to make noises and respond to sounds in his environment. The first 3 years of life, when your child's brain is experiencing rapid growth, is an especially intensive time for speech and language development.
What is language? Language is the ability to communicate clearly. The development of language skills support cognitive development and the child's ability to learn and acquire knowledge. Knowing how your baby learns to understand and use words can help you plan activities that target your child's current developmental stage, and by doing so, can help to accelerate learning. Encourage language via use of total communication.
Total communication. Anyone can use total communication. Total communication is encouraged with children who may have speech and language difficulties, autism spectrum conditions, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, learning disabilities, and multisensory impairment. Parents, speech and language therapists, family, friends, peers, teachers, teaching assistants, or anyone who spends time with the child with communication difficulties should use a total communication approach, particularly using methods of communication which are a strength to that child or adult. So total communication includes speech, body language, facial expression, sign and gesture, vocalizations, symbols, written words, and hearing.
Language is the foundation for all social interactions. Having problems communicating can cause frustration both for you as a parent and, more importantly, for your child.
Important milestones. What should my child be able to do? Here we have a chart, which is a communication hierarchy. Skills at the bottom have to be in place before skills at the top can be developed. So at the bottom of the pyramid, we have pre-verbal and early interaction, which then we build up to attention and listening, play, understanding, which is receptive, talking, which is expressive language, and speech sound, which is also known as phonology.
What should our baby be able to do? Hearing and understanding from birth to 3 months. You should notice that your baby startles at loud sounds, smiles when you talk, seems to recognize your voice, if crying.
Talking. This is our expressive communication. So from birth to 3 months, the baby should start making cooing sounds, cry change for different needs, and smile at people.
Hearing and understanding your baby at 4 to 6 months. You should notice that she or he will move her eyes in the direction of sounds, responds to changes in your tone of voice, notices toys that make noise, and pays attention to music.
Talking from 4 to 6 months. This is fun. This is when they start cooing and babbling. When playing alone or maybe playing with you, they will start making sounds, speech sounds like babbling sounds like pa, 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 ba, ba, and me or ma. They'll start to giggle and laugh, or they'll also make sounds when happy or upset.
What should we expect between 7 months to 1 year of age? For receptive skills, hearing and understanding, we will notice that they will start to turn and look in the direction of sounds, looks when you point, turn when you call his or her name, Understand words for common items and people, such as cup, truck, juice, and daddy. Starts to respond to simple words and phrases like no, come here, and want more. Play games with you like peekaboo and patty cake. Listens to songs and stories for a short time.
Talking. This is from 7 months to 1 year. So before they were starting to babble, and now they'll start babbling longer strings of sounds like me, or up, or ba. They'll also start to use sounds and gestures to get and keep attention. They'll point to objects and show them to others. They'll use gestures like waving by or reaching for up and shaking his head for no. They'll also imitate different speech sounds and listen to songs and stories for a short time, which may not be clear.
What can we do? Let's check to see if your child can hear. If he turns to noises or looks at you when you talk, pay attention to ear problems and infections and see your doctor. If you have concerns, you can always check to see if respond to your child and look at him when he makes noises. Talk to him. Imitate the sounds he makes. Laugh when she does. Imitate the faces she makes and encourage eye contact during social exchanges.
Teach your baby to imitate actions like peekaboo, clapping, and blowing kisses, and waving bye-bye. This teaches him how to take turns, like how we take turns when we talk.
Let's move on to 1 to 2 years of age. Some of the things that we should expect. Going back to listening skills, hearing and understanding. At this point, baby should be able to point to a few body parts when you ask. Follow one-part directions such as roll the ball or kiss the baby. Responds to simple question like, who's that? Or where's your shoe? Listens to simple stories, songs, and rhymes. Points to pictures in a book when you name them.
Talking from 1 to 2 years. Now we're starting to notice that they're starting to use a lot of new words. And some of these words will start with the sounds of P, B, M, and H. They'll also start to name pictures in books, ask questions like, what's that? Who's that? And where is Kitty? Plus, they'll also start to put 2 words together like more apple, no bed, and mommy book.
What can we do to help between these stages? Remember, you can talk to your child as you do things and go places. For example, when taking a walk, point to and name what you see. Say things like, I see a dog. The dog says woof. This is a big dog. This dog is brown. Use short words and sentences that your child can imitate and use correct grammar. Play with sounds at bath time. Make sure that you are eye level with your child. You can blow bubbles and make the sound ba, ba, ba. You can pop bubbles and make pa, pa, pa sound. Add to words your child says. For example, if she says car, you can say, you're right, that is a big red car.
What can I do to help from 1 to 2 years? Well, you can read to your child every day. You can try to find new books with large pictures and a few words on each page. Talk about the pictures on each page. You can have the child name and point to the pictures that you name. Ask your child to name the pictures. He might not answer at first, just name the pictures for him. One day, which they always do, they'll surprise you by telling you the name. You can also talk to your child in the language you are most comfortable using.
Talk about sounds around your house. Listen to the clock tick and say or tick tock, tick tock. You can make car or plane sounds like vroom, vroom. We're at 2 to 3 years of age. Hearing and understanding. What should we be able to do? At this point, babies should be able to understand opposites like go, stop, big and little, and up and down. They should be able to follow two-part directions such as get the spoon and put it on the table. And you'll realize that they'll start understanding new words quickly. What can we do? Use short words and sentences. Speak clearly. Repeat what your child says and add to it. If she says, pretty flower, you can say, yes, that is a pretty flower. The flower is bright red. It smells good too. Do you want to smell the flower? You can let your child know that what he says is important to you. Ask him to repeat things that you do not understand. For example, say, I know you want a block. Tell me which block you want. Teach your child new words. Reading is a great way to do this. Read books with short sentences on each page.
What can I do from 2 to 3 years to help? So here, this is how we can help. You can talk about colors and shapes, practice counting, you can count toes and fingers, you can count steps, name objects, and talk about the picture on each page of the book. Use words that are similar, like mommy, woman, lady, grown up, and adult. Use new words in sentences to help your child learn the meaning. You can also put objects into a bucket, let your child remove them one at a time, and say its name. Repeat what she says and add to it. Help her group the objects into categories like clothes, food, and animals. You can also cut out pictures from magazines, and you can make a scrapbook. Help your child glue the pictures into the scrapbook. Name the pictures and talk about how you use them. You can also look at family photos, and you can name the people. Talk about what they are doing in the picture. Also, we can also write simple sentences under the picture. For example, I can swim, or happy birthday to daddy. Your child will start to understand that the letters mean something.
You can also ask your child to make a choice instead of giving a yes, no answer. For example, rather than asking, do you want milk? Ask, would you like milk or water? Be sure to wait for the answer and praise him for answering. You can say, thank you for telling mommy what you want. Mommy will get you a glass of milk. Sing songs, play finger games, and tell nursery rhymes. These songs and games teach your child about rhythm and sounds of language. Talk to your child in the language you are most comfortable using.
Promoting a language-friendly environment where you can read age-appropriate books and find ways to play and have fun while teaching. This will help accelerate your toddler's language acquisition. It will also boost overall progress on other developmental milestones and help provide
many more growth opportunities later in life.
Learning 2 languages. So here I'm going to talk about learning more than one language. Every bilingual child is unique. Learning 2 languages depends on the amount and type of practice your child gets. The following are some basic guidelines. Most bilingual children speak their first words by the time they are 1 year old. By age 2, most children can use 2-word phrases. Phrases like my ball or more juice, it can be in one or both languages. From time to time, children may mix grammar rules. They might use words from both languages in the same sentence. This is a normal part of becoming bilingual. Some children may not talk much when they start using a second language. This is known as a silent period, which can last for several months, but again, this is normal and will go away.
Ways to help your child become bilingual. Books. You can read to your child in both languages. You can find the books you need at bookstores, at libraries, and on the internet. Music. Singing is a great way to introduce a second language to your child, and it can be a lot of fun. TV and videos. Children's programs are available in many languages. These programs teach children about numbers, letters, colors, and simple words. Language programs. Children can learn other languages at camps or in bilingual school programs. These give children the chance to use two languages with other children. This brings us to the end of our presentation. At this point, we are just nearing what concerns may we continue to have. We can take it a step further. Evaluation and early intervention. If a speech delay or speech sound disorder is suspected, it is important to take the steps to learn more and have your child evaluated. Early intervention therapy is essential for helping your child overcome speech delays. Early intervention is the process of providing services and supports to infants, toddlers, and their families when a child has or is at risk for a developmental delay, disability, or health condition that may affect typical development and learning. Early intervention services are for children ages birth to 3 years.
The goal of early intervention is to lessen the effects of a disability or a delay by addressing identified needs of young children across these 5 developmental areas. So we have cognitive development, communication development, physical development, which includes vision and hearing, social or emotional development, and adaptive development. The earlier that the services are delivered, the more likely children are to develop effective communication, language, and swallowing skills and achieve successful learning outcomes.
Here are some tips for ensuring your child has the help he or she needs. Talk to your child's pediatrician about your concerns and ask for a referral for early intervention services. Visit your state website and search for the office that manages early intervention services in your state. Contact your local pediatric children's hospital and ask for information about early intervention services in your area.
This brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you for your time. We hope you found this presentation helpful. If you have any questions or would like further information, feel free to reach out to the coordinators of the Parent Education Workshop at the Harlingen Public Library, or you can also contact your local Easter Seals office at your convenience.